DB, who's this?
We're recording there. Okay, great. Now I got to switch back over to FB Live. Hey, gang. Hello. Just stay tuned for one quick second. Also, now that you're listening to this on the podcast app via iTunes and Stitcher, thanks a bunch. Thanks for checking out the Over the Bars podcast. We're about to call Vince Monteleone and JC Chappell, or Chappell, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. They have both developed this new app called LapKing. So we're going to just dive right in and give them a call. I think that they're on a conference call right now. So oops. Yeah. All right. Great. Hope you guys can hear that.
Jeff, what's up?
Hi, do you copy?
I copy, man. Let me get JC on real quick.
Okay, standing by.
All right, it's a party. We're here.
Okay.
I like it.
Hey, gang. All right.
Awesome.
So not only am I recording, we're already recording. Not only am I recording you on my podcast recording app, but also on Facebook Live. So we're actually live on FB right now. So just as a quick 1-2 of who we're talking with, this is Over the Bars podcast. I'm on the phone with Vince and JC. They are the creators of one of the coolest things that may, in my opinion, revolutionize motocross racing on practice day. And so,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Vince, just hit me with the 30-second sell.
I mean, it's kind of like what you just mentioned. This idea all spurred from back JC and I's amateur career being super competitive. That competitive drive we had. We got back into racing after quitting for about 7 years, and we saw something missing, and that aspect that was missing is the fun. And this idea came about, and it just organically grew into this app offering that we think, like you just mentioned, is going to revolutionize practice days and make it fun for all ages and skill levels for everyone. So I'm excited. I know JC's excited. And we appreciate the opportunity to do this call with you guys.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so all right. So Vince, you and I go way back from like 99, 2000. I think is whenever we first started racing together at like the GNC Good Time National at Mosier Valley. Or let's see, yeah, that was the Good Time was at Mosier.
Oh man.
And those were the good old days. So, JC, did you and I ever race together, or like, what's your background?
I don't know if we ever raced together. I was a few years behind Vince. I actually got a late start. I started racing in like 03. I started running the amateur nationals around 05-ish. You were probably a class ahead of me.
Okay.
We might have crossed paths at the national. But I know when Vince was an A rider, I was a B rider. And then me and Vince, I think, shared 2 or 3 years together in the A class. And, shortly after that, he went off to college and everything. But I'm sure we crossed paths, but I don't know that we did on the track itself.
Okay, cool. Well, duly noted. I mean, I see your really rad photos of you ripping ruts on Facebook. So, I mean, that alone I'm a fan.
Hey, man. I love it.
I love it.
So, okay, let's just jump right into what the LapKing app is. All right, so from what, and like, I have the app on my phone, and I'm going to flash it on FB Live here. So from the home screen here, I've got it. This is hard to do because I'm doing it backwards. So this is the LapKing app. I'm going to tap that, and then it opens up this cool screen right here. And then it's going to load up my location. Now, all right, so you guys are just starting this in Texas, and it's going to load most of the tracks around the DFW area. Now, there's about 10 tracks. OMC is probably the one that's furthest north as of now. So, like, what was the first stage of this LapKing app? Like, what is it that you wanted to... Okay, what was stage number one?
I would say stage number one was determining the viability of the product. Basically, we had to prove it could be done. Along the lines, there are some challenges using the iOS platform to be able to record the accurate laps and provide the platform and the excitement that we wanted to. So the first obstacle or the first stage was proving that we could do it. So we wrote a testing model that was very ugly. We just did it to prove that we could record the laps in an accurate fashion. Once we proved that, the only way I know to put it without being cliche is it was game on at that point.
Yeah.
And just to answer your question, I think, honestly, man, I mean, this was stemmed from being out of the sport for 7 years, right?
Yeah.
And then getting back into it, you kind of see a different avenue. Well, I mean, I got back into it for fun. And when I say fun, you start going to the track with your buddies that, I don't know, you necessarily didn't ride with back in the day. So you guys start getting a little more competitive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And out of the gate, JC and I knew we had to pin down the bragging right aspect of it because numbers don't lie, right?
Well,
so
yeah. And I mean,
tied the two together and.
Yeah, how many times have you guys been to the track? And, you know, this is like kind of a hot topic around here because we have pretty weak numbers in the A class. Yet we have these B riders, and it comes and goes, but we'll have these B riders where their dads will be standing on the side of the track with a stopwatch and saying, oh yeah, you know, my kid's turning the fastest lap time of the day, and I'm always like, well, if he's so fucking fast, then why doesn't he ride the A class? Now,
and that's kind of the thing, dude. I mean, look, this sport is so competitively driven.
Yeah.
I mean, it blows my mind. You know, I'm not saying other sports aren't, but motocross has that level of competitiveness that is unreal. I mean, you say one thing and someone's going to one up you right away.
Right.
Well, I mean, LapKing, the idea came about, and I was just like, when I got together with JC, this thing, you know, the idea was small. What it grew into, I mean, I'm so excited that we've taken this leap of faith trying this out, right? I mean, this is something a little scary, but I think what JC and I have in store for the motocross world alone is going to really revolutionize it. People are going to be addicted to the gaming experience that we're offering.
Yeah.
All while having fun with their buddies. Like, I don't know how to say that, but to me, it's a no-brainer. I'm so excited I'm excited to start seeing the vibes at practice days.
And see,
I want to see the buzz in the pits. I want to see people talking trash. That's what this is about. It's to kind of bring the fun out, amplify it a little bit.
And I mean, take into consideration now, I mean, see, whenever you have like a buddy, okay, like we've done this before. There's a public riding area in Topeka about 30 minutes away from where I live. And there is a corner track there that is like, it is a man's track to be able to ride fast because it's whooped out, but it's kind of clay. And then all of the corners have these big pitted bowls in them. And there was probably 10 or 15 of us riding out of this riding area one day. And then we started running motos on this corner track. And lap times were about 1:10 or so. And then the stopwatch got busted out. And then it was, okay, let's see who can bust out the fastest lap time. And at the time, it was myself, Nick Peterson, Adrian Galamba, Talon Shiflett. There was a couple, I mean, I'm missing a bunch of names, but there were probably 5 or 6 of us that were all within a second and a half to 2 seconds of each other. And now, at the time, I was not very comfortable on the bike. I had just started riding again, but my ego knew that I could run the fastest lap time on this track, and just a simple corner track. But yet, we ended up settling it with the stopwatch because you couldn't race on this track. It was too tight. It was too small. So, like I did like a 1:10:15, then Adrian went out and did like a 1:09:80, and then him and I went back and forth a couple times, and Nick Peterson fell down a couple times, just couldn't turn a clean lap, and I ended up coming away, now not to take your name away, as the king of that lap. And like, I still bust Adrian's balls about it today. So, and he's off at Carmichael's farm training with Austin Faulkner, but I can still bring up that one day at Oakland at the riding area on that corner track. So like, and then also you guys have the leaderboard, very similar. What I noticed is it kind of reminds me of what is that? The game that everybody plays on their phones, the motocross game.
Oh, Mad Skills?
Yes, Mad Skills. It reminds me of Mad Skills. So it's like you're combining like the video game aspect of Mad Skills, the social forum of Facebook, and then the competitiveness of motocross. And I mean, dude, that is just a win-win-win all across the board. Now, there's a lot of people that are familiar with Strava, which is a cycling app. And again, very similar, where you can post publicly your time on your bike and say, hey, any motherfucker that wants to step up, I'm the LapKing of this place now. Or before, or with Strava, it was, the record holder. Now it's the LapKing with motocross. Genius idea. I think this is going to be huge, and I think a lot of people are, going to bite. So, all right. So on FB Live, I'm noticing a couple people are commenting. Like Nate Pierce, my buddy from Iowa, says he's super interested and he wants to get John at Oak Ridge, which is a top-notch track in Iowa. He wants to get Oak Ridge in on it. So now, how are you guys going to expand this outside of the DFW market? Vince, give me your take.
Yeah, so I mean, JC, you can jump in if you want as well, but I'll take it off the bat. But right now, we're just focusing. It's more of a soft launch to our local community.
Okay.
We wanted to get kind of like an analytical data from the outreach of what we were doing right now to the South Central region. To say that we want to grow nationally. Yes, we want to maintain growth at a certain rate, but if there are some states that can't resist and they want to jump on board immediately, we're not against that. It's as easy as reach out to me or JC. The contact info is on www.lapkingmoto.com, and it's as easy as calling me. They download the app, they create a username and reach out to us, and we get their account set up and they create a track path and it's uploaded to the server just like that for the users to go ride and have fun at. It's a pretty simple process. I think we're trying to have a strategic release.
Okay,
to the U.S. So
JC, tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that. So, as Vince said, we are on a soft launch right now. We would consider a fairly quiet one. We had to get some analytical research done and then get some data in our tables to be able to do some further steps. Now, with that being said, we do have 48 tracks that are pending track paths right now. Those are coming in daily, and as they come in, we'll be loading them to the server. I like it. So we'll be loading those in daily. Those are South Central region tracks. And with us loading up South Central, then we'll be moving into the other regions. So we did the soft launch now. We're currently in that. And then in the coming weeks, we'll be doing what we consider our hard launch, which is where we'll be doing our push to grow the user base and then to give more people, more racers to go up against, and then also to get everybody's favorite tracks uploaded.
Okay.
So we do currently have a list that's going through, but exactly like Vince said, if you're just itching to get to the top of the list, reach out to us. We're not that hard to sway to get you up to the top of the list. We can get you on in about 10 minutes. So over the next 3 months, the track map that you showed in the beginning, that will be populating pins daily. Within the first quarter of 2018, LapKing will be national.
Okay. So now, without you guys giving away your, your coding and software setup, how is it? Okay, so like let's say KC Moto here in Kansas City, Jeremiah calls and says, "Hey, I'm a huge fan. I have to have LapKing." And this, if there's anybody that's on board, it would be Jeremiah at KC Moto, because he's all about like the new age of motocross. So Jeremiah calls, says, "Hey, I want KC Moto to be, the first track in Kansas City to feature LapKing." And what's the step? What's like the next step from there? How do you guys set up the track?
It's actually very easy. That was a little bit of an obstacle on the development side, but I'll leave that out of it. As far as for the user and the track editor, it's actually very easy. We built a very user-friendly track editor tool. Once the track owner signs up for LapKing, and it's free for all tracks, once he signs up for LapKing, we assign that track or that username to that track. And then from there, they have the track editor tool, and they can actually set up their track within 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so to just reiterate, only track owners will have the track editor feature.
Okay.
That was kind of, tossed around. Do we give the users that accessibility? But as of right now, LapKing, we just want the track owners to control the track path that they create. As you know, some tracks like to change the track often. Mm-hmm. So we had to come up with technology to, obviously have a solution for that matter when it presented itself. And it's funny, dude. It's crazy. JC and I have gone back in our phones. We screenshotted a lot of stuff over the past, I'd say, 14 months of development, JC? Yeah, we've been doing. Jet, Crusher, if you've seen some of the stuff that we were screenshotting in the first 2 months of development, I look back at it now and it's embarrassing, but it makes us feel really good about ourselves, man. We've come a long way. It's been one hell of a ride, I could say that. We have an awesome team behind us. JC Chappell is one bad dude behind a computer. Been fortunate that I crossed paths with that guy. We have a couple other creative individuals that are on board with us that I think is really going to help us change the game of motocross. And I could confidently say that. I just want to state this as well. LapKing is a game experience. It is not a training app. We're trying to provide a game experience through the reality of motocross. So it's going to create a level of fun that is not there right now. I know that kind of steers away from the track editor feature, but I just have to state that because it's really going to go somewhere. And the technology is really impressive. JC's created a pretty cool product.
That's awesome.
And I think to go off track owners, the conversations I've had recently, we've set a couple up out of Louisiana, Ambush MX, SVF Moto. These guys call back and they're like, "Hey man, that was easy. The track path looks so legit." It's positive feedback. And if there is any pain points, If there are any track owners listening to the podcast right now,
That's
we're
funny.
open to communication.
So have you guys set up at Johnsonville? Because April Johnson just joined.
Yeah, I mean, and I love Johnsonville. It's awesome. That's the thing that we're coming out with this app. It's all about helping public tracks push foot traffic to practice days. Without them, what do we have to have fun on?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing, right? Let's be honest. We've seen the trend of motocross in the past 10 years go up and down like a dang roller coaster. I think in 04 to 06 was probably a peak that I've never seen before. Since then, not being biased because that was our era of motocross, but it was on a level unlike then, man, or unlike anything. And I think if we truly all support each other, the sport can grow into something. Talking to April Friday at press day at Dallas Supercross, she got set up with the username. I showed her the track path that we had already created, and I think she was impressed. And I mean, we're looking forward to partnering up with local tracks to do whatever we can to help improve the sport.
I mean, I can see it already where, I can see tracks advertising LapKing, like being authorized or, preferred, or I don't know where like, okay, let's say Bruce at Bar to Bar has prep practice on such and such date. And he says, he puts out the flyer on Instagram and it'll say, practice from 9 to 2, we're a LapKing track, come out and race with your buddies on LapKing. And it almost like drives incentive for more guys to come out socially and ride and race with each other in a way that, like we talked about, you can run the stopwatch, but then you've only got one person doing it. Now we can all go out in moto at the same time and then come back to the pits 3 or 4 hot laps later and sit down and pull out our phones and be like, motherfucker, I got you.
I mean, JC can confirm this. I mean, our buddy Eric Gardner, Travis Roush, JJ Pessock, we've had a couple guys test this product with us. We did group racing, which is a private group racing feature in the app.
Yep.
We created one. I forgot what it was called. You can name it whatever you want. It's something Takeout Fest at River Valley MX on this date. You can make it last 1 to 2 days, whatever you need to, because some of us can make it to the track on Saturday, while others have chores to do or whatever it may be, and we can't get there till Sunday. So you make that event last 2 days, that private group race, right? And then you go ride Saturday, other guys go ride Sunday, and you still look at your private leaderboard. That feature alone, it sparked up some tension, man. I saw some guys, there you go. I love it. It's awesome.
My favorite thing is that we've done yet was the day you were just speaking of out at River Valley. So we did a group race. He mentioned some of the people involved, Eric Gardner, JJ Pessock, which we all know he was a really fast pro in his prime, and he's still really fast. And so what was really wild was take a bunch of kids, put them in front of an Xbox with a racing game, and think of all the smack talk that would be happening in that room.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Take that same attitude and put it in a bunch of 25 to 35-year-old men in the motocross track. And that's what we witnessed happen. That's
the thing. We haven't even seen this in the hands of 10, 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see kids get a hold of this and start running over to each other saying, oh, hey, I stole your LapKing at River Valley or Village Creek or wherever it may be. And I'll be honest, we left Natona MX 2 weeks ago on Sunday, and JC had the LapKing. No excuses, but It's still bugging me. I got to get back to Nakona, and we're the creators of this app. That's ridiculous.
So, okay.
You know, it's that addicting.
So now people are probably wondering, all right, so you've got this app on your phone. Now, how do I use, okay, let's say I'm Joe Schmo. I show up to the track first time with LapKing. What do I do?
So, I mean, I guess, which way do you want to take? I mean, like I've been telling people, it's your iPhone, right?
Yep.
We all value that possession pretty highly. I know it's a pretty expensive investment in 2018. That being said, we took it the extra step or extra mile, whatever you want to call it, and we had a specific phone case mount designed specifically for the phone to make sure that it was protected from all of the environmental factors in motocross. We know that's roost, rock, water, whatever it may be. We tested several locations on the bike. I know I'm going down this path because I highly recommend any user that does download the app and becomes a member, I highly recommend them purchasing the case, not pushing that just for sales and just advising. I saw my phone get tossed off the bike in testing using a cheap case that we were testing with, and it's not a good feeling. The one that we had designed, I wrecked with that thing on my helmet yesterday at Oak Hill, and it withstood the test. So I'm confidently saying I would purchase that before using the app.
Vince got another title too over the weekend. He's now our official crash test.
Yeah, not preference, but yeah, I go on that avenue just to advise. I recommend buying the case before going out on the track with this app. Second, you show up to the track, right? All they do is they open up the app, they let it load all the pins. You can either type in the name of the track or hit my location where it zooms down in on your specific location at that time. You select that red pin. It'll say Nakona MX. You tap on it. It opens up that specific track leaderboard, and you'll see in the top right-hand corner, it's a stopwatch that says Start Your Moto. They tap on that. It loads the track. It takes about 30 seconds, I would say. So, again, we're providing that gaming experience. So during that little time of track loading, you can be putting your goggles on, gloves on, whatever you may be to prep. Once it's loaded, you hit start timer, put it in your phone case mount on the helmet, and you put the lid on, you go ride. It's tracking your laps as you're riding. And you pull off, you hit stop timer, it populates all the laps that you just rode, and it says it gives you the option to post the lap or not. You don't have to share your data to anybody. I know how some people are; they just want to see it. They can take a screenshot of it, keep it to themselves, or they can brag about it and post their best lap from that specific moto. And that's how LapKing works.
And the great thing off of that is when you hit start lap, we've kind of we built it with a set it and forget it kind of UI so that when you hit start lap and you take off, you go ride your moto. It knows if you jump on the track halfway through, we all know we find the little cubby holes in the fence to ride onto the track or pull on it to start. It knows when you entered the track halfway through, so it won't start clocking until you hit the finish line. And then also it knows when you cut the track. So It does all the work for you. All you got to do is basically hit start lap, ride your laps. When you get back, pull it out of the case, hit stop lap, and all your laps will be there.
That's huge. So yeah, obviously, like track cutting would be, a problem. So I mean, I understand it, and I don't want to give away how the code is written, but that's huge because if I can go out and just cut an entire section off of the track and save myself 3 seconds. Or like, let's say Eric Gardner, Vet B rider, could go out and run the same lap time as you, but little do you guys know, he's just blowing past the whoops in 5th gear tapped.
Right.
Yeah, I think he tried that on testing day and we caught him.
Yeah. So, all right.
Eric's watching. This is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Beware, JC. He is bigger than us.
Yeah,
I know.
That's his name. All right. So, it sounds like you guys have the system down, like I was just flashing the app to Facebook Live, and it's really, I want to, you guys don't need to sell this. I want to say it, that like the app works seamlessly. I haven't done anything on the app to make it crash, to make it lag. Nothing has made it, unstable. The thing is seamless, it's bulletproof, and I think that's because of its simplicity. It doesn't need a shit ton of code, and it doesn't need a bunch of bells and whistles. We're just going out and recording laps. Sorry guys, I'm drinking LaCroix, so I got some burps coming out of me, but I like everything about it. I like the way that it starts up. I think it's going to be a really cool deal once we start getting more and more tracks involved. And then the tracks, again, this is another, not only are you guys offering a service of fun, but it also adds incentive for people to go riding at the tracks. So now, like Vince, you said, you're drawing foot traffic to the tracks itself.
Right.
This is, I think this is going to be a huge thing. And I hope that you guys make all the right connections and get it exactly where it needs to go.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate it. It's being honest. It's hard to hold back what we have in plan because I really think it's going to be big and it's going to be a game changer. But like JC said, we got to keep it in the plans as a surprise.
Yeah.
If you think this is incentivizing people to get to the track just with what you see now, wait till what you see what we have in store. I have no doubt in my mind it's going to be a true positive impact for the game of motocross. And I'm excited because, look, we're to a point in our lives where real life is going to work 9 to 5. This is our passion. We want to make an impact in the sport and truly think this is an opportunity for us to do it. And we're pretty excited to make it happen. I can't wait to see the leaderboards fill up in all these other states and just start seeing the trash talk, man. It's going to be so exciting. And I think it's going to create fun for the kids that may be getting hounded too seriously to be this and that. They'll see that a little bit of competitive nature is going to increase the fun. And next thing you know, they're going to be in the top 5 at the race or wherever, somewhere that they may have not have been. So we're excited, man.
The app itself is free to download, and then it's like a monthly subscription service. Go on about that.
See, I'll let you take that away.
Yeah, so the app is free out of the App Store, and then from there you get to take a look around, see the UI features, see what it has to offer currently, because it's really hard to buy something sight unseen. We all know that. So you get to go in, take a look around, take a glimpse at the leaderboards. However, to utilize the leaderboards and utilize the timing tools, it is a monthly subscription. It is $9.99 a month. However, the first month is on us. So when you register, you get 1 month completely free. If you don't enjoy it, you're welcome to cancel your subscription. However, we found that it's pretty addicting. So we just wanted to, make it so that you could basically take it for a test drive. You have to take it for a test drive. And then as far as track owners, like Vince said, we can't do it without the track owners. We're here to support them. We certainly appreciate the ones that are supporting us. And so for all track owners, it is free. And then, Vince, did I miss anything in that?
I think you covered it all pretty well.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Jeff, I love this Facebook Live, dude. I love you showing the app.
yeah, dude.
Appreciate this support, man.
So okay, now here's what I like. What I want to say is okay. Now the first angle that I can see people taking is, fuck, man, $9.99 a month. That's just another cost to go race, but or another cost to go ride. Now, first, what I would say is break it down by the weekend. All right, so that's really only $2 a weekend to subscribe to this. And then if you're a weekday rider, Vince, you said, let's say your buddies go ride on Village Creek on Thursday, or I'm sorry, on Sunday, but you can't make it out, so you hit Thursday night practice, and then you're out there busting your ass, doing your laps, recording your times, and then you pop your scores into, or your times into your group. All right, so the value of it adds every time that you go ride. Now, think of it this way. There are a lot of guys that they love to go ride, but they just can't race. And so when I say that, I mean kids, church, family functions, weddings, etc. You know, I mean, on Sunday, now I'm not, and like you guys are saying, this is about like the practice day experience. Obviously, recording the LapKing on Sunday could be done on race day, but don't think of it as an additional $9 that you're paying to go ride or to go race. Think of it almost as a way to make racing more affordable, as a way if I can't go race this weekend, but hey, fuck it, I've got the LapKing app, so
I agree with you 100% there, Jeff.
Yeah,
100%. I mean, I don't know how many races my parents took me to that were probably meaningless and wasted a ton of money, man. And no discredit to the series out there that are out there promoting races. I don't mean it in that sense, but when you're at a competitive level, that I feel like sometimes you need to knock it down a few notches and go practice and focus on certain things. And I feel like this app will allow you to stay at that kind of mentality, that practice like you race.
Yeah.
And save some money. It's convenient. It's just like you said as well. Some people aren't able to make it to the races and they don't get that experience behind the line, that feel of winning or being in the top 5 or 10. This gives them that. And then this also take it another notch to the older racers, the vet guys, or not even, anyone, people that are in it for the safety. This eliminates getting behind a starting line.
Yeah.
And it still provides them that racing experience. So you make it what it is. I mean, you make it what it is. So.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. Okay, so Eric, I opened up the comment line, if you will, and he says, explain how you go back to check your previous lap time from the week before at the same track. So, like, let's say you go to Nakona on Saturday, and then you're back there a week later, and you want to check your previous time. Is that like a feature that you guys offer, or how does that work?
Yes, you can actually, if you just go into your profile, I don't think you have any laps on yours yet. However, if you look at mine or Vince's, it will record, it stores all of your best lap times from each moto within your profile. So,
key word was best lap time from each moto.
Yeah. Right on.
So it's not going to save all of your laps from your motos, but it will record each or your best lap from each moto that you run.
Okay. I'm just thinking of
And
all
they'll
the.
rank it up against the other laps as well.
Okay. I'm thinking of all the vet riders from around here that are like practice day warriors that do not race, yet they are big time shit talkers. And now it's like the beef is going to be settled. And also, like, I personally have more than one time gone to the motocross track, cash in hand, ready to race guys on practice day for 20, $30. I mean, we're talking about whether it's dinner. Dude, yeah, I mean, you can start a group and say, okay, whoever can set the fastest lap time gets their dinner bought by everybody else, or whoever sets the slowest lap time has to buy dinner, or even, dude, yeah, I mean, putting money down, 20, $30. Like, I mean, I've done that before on practice days where, like, I'll get everybody together and say, hey, let's throw in $5 and go out and race, and then whoever wins gets the honey at the end. So I think yeah, I mean, not to like say that the app is going to turn into a way to gamble, but God damn it, for sure, you better believe that I'm going to be putting money on the fucking LapKing laps, and it's cool because,
love it.
like you were saying, and all right, so like Casey Moto. Some days, whenever we go ride out there, depending on how much water there is in the ground, the track will be like Redbud National Rough. And then other days, it is a freeway where you just have these giant sawdust berms and you can hold it like fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh gear wide open through the corners. So it's nice to be able to say, oh, well, this is my fastest lap time for today, not necessarily the fastest lap time here ever, although that lap will post, and that's awesome to have. It's cool that it updates day by day, every time that you go, and you can post that lap time.
Yep.
And there's another feature on there. If you go to view all laps on the track profile, there's a button that says live timing.
Okay.
And that'll create, instead of a leaderboard for just, all time for that track, it'll create a leaderboard for just that day.
Okay. Wow. God damn, you guys have just about thought of it all.
So we've tested, we've failed many times. We've almost quit several times, and I'm so glad we didn't, because what's come to life is really amazing, and what's ahead is even better. So I'm excited. I mean, that some stuff got X'd out that we tried. We definitely reached for the stars as much as we could. We kept saying MVP, which JC kept reiterating that term to me every time.
Yeah.
Remember, this is our MVP version. It's supposed to be the cheapest one. I look at him, I'm like, dude, you built a monster. This is not cheap. It's an amazing product. So I'm excited. It's LapKing. Yeah, I really think it's going to be a new avenue of motocross, and everybody's going to really jump on board and have some fun with it. So we're definitely excited.
Yeah, the thing that's been really fun with it is, like Vince said earlier, we have a lot still behind the curtain that hasn't been released yet. And we're going to continue to do so just to keep giving back and, keep providing more fun features and more ways for people to enjoy themselves at the motocross tracks that we all love. And anyone who knows Vince knows he's one of those that all he knows is 100. That 0 to 100, that's all he knows. And so I got to give a lot of credit to Vince, man. He keeps the team pushing, and that credit certainly goes to you, my friend.
Hey, like I told Jack, we got a crazy team.
So I'm going to flash onto
an idea. It's crazy.
I'm going to flash onto the FP screen an analogy that I've seen in a lot of places, and it is the iceberg of success, and it's what people will see anytime that something is successful. is everything looks easy from the outside because they only see the success above the water. Now, meanwhile, you guys have been drowning down here in the work for years. And I'm glad that you guys stuck with it and developed this and went all the way through with it. And now here you are, soft release. And I'm going to tell you guys, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever listened to OTB podcast before, but these fucking videos and these downloads that we get, dude, we're talking New Zealand, Australia, Canada, Austria, Great Britain, Scotland, Brazil. I mean, people all over the world are going to know about LapKing. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but expect to start getting some more downloads from all over the world, and like, you know, yes, go download the app, check it out. But I also, you know, want to stress, and I think this is what, you know, we've communicated a couple times back and forth before, is that this is a soft release, that it is not the official final product ready to go. And like all apps, you guys are going to be updating it regularly. So, yeah, just, I'm not saying hold your horses to our listeners, but just understand that it is still in development.
And like you, hey, Jeff, appreciate this. Much appreciate you stating this. We're open to communication. Any issues, bugs, let us know as soon as possible. I mean, our goal is to improve and repair whatever it may be, because this is this is a dream that we're building here. So we're not taking failure for an answer. So we need y'all's help. To make that happen.
Do you have a date on an Android release, or is that just like something in development, or more or less is it just an idea right now, sticking with strictly iPhone, hoping to move into the Android market?
It's currently in development. The set launch date for it has not been set. I don't necessarily want to speak to that, but it is in development. From day one, we wanted to be on the Android version, or the Android platform. We are currently developing the pieces for it, and hopefully we can have something for you guys this year. We will definitely be transparent once we have something close for you guys. Just know that it is coming.
Okay, cool. Yep. Boys, I think, I'm getting a few tracks that are, saying that they're super excited to get in touch with you guys, and there are quite a few track owners that listen to this app. So hopefully, and I'm really with Rip and Ruts. I've joined forces with the Kansas Motocross Championship Series, and so hopefully I can get them on board. John Paul Powell, who is the new, I don't know, Vince, you may have raced with John Paul back whenever we were in like 125B.
Okay, that name sounded way too familiar. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so he was number 535, always rode Hondas, wore Fox gear, looked really sharp. So John Paul is now, he's taken over as director of the Kansas Motocross Championship Series, and then he reached out to me. I'm like helping them rebuild their brand, and hashtag make moto great again is his thing. So I can totally see him now, I know that he'll hear about this. John Paul will definitely go towards the series board and say, hey, which is all the track owners say, hey, you guys got to jump on this, because again, now I feel like what will happen, and this is something I would stress to the track owners, is offer the product, offer the service, get that into the hands of the riders by saying, hey, not only can you come out and ride our track for $25 prepped up, but you guys can race each other for free on the phone app. It's an 100%. Added thing that they can almost like endorse on their amenities, things that they offer. So right. I think that, and again, this is cutting edge. This is the first type of thing that there is in the motocross industry, and I think that the tracks that jump on it first will benefit from it the most. So hopefully, we can get these guys dialed in. So anything you guys want to say in parting? Any last words about LapKing?
Not necessarily any additional words. Just I appreciate the support and time on the podcast. I mean, it's cool it's a full circle, man. I never thought we'd be doing a podcast together 15 years down the road after lining up on the line at a GNC Go Time National. It's cool how life works. I appreciate it. I'm confident. I know JC and I are both confident that the world of motocross is going to have some fun when they start using LapKing, and I'm excited to start hearing the feedback.
Right on, dude. Vince, JC.
So, thank you.
Listen, guys, we really appreciate you coming on. And like, obviously I'm like super excited because I'm like, OTB, find out about this first, bitches. Find about it here. And like, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I can help you guys, boost this up because we didn't even talk on the phone or text, and I was fucking downloading the app, like following Instagram, Facebook, the whole deal. I'm like, yes, this is it. This is what I want. Because Vince, like I told you a couple months ago, I was like, hey, I should start going to the motocross track with Strava. And I just totally forgot to do it. And now here we are. We've got LapKing. So boys, it's lapkingmoto.com. Is that the website?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then I'll tag you guys on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll get the word out there.
Hey, man, certainly appreciate it. I do have one last question though.
Go ahead.
When are we gonna make it up your way? Let's get on the leaderboards together.
All right, dude. I mean, is that a fucking challenge? Is that what this is?
JT, you just threw that out there. I like it.
All right. See,
we follow our passion.
Okay. Yeah. See, this is great because now I'm like, you guys don't have to come up on a race day and sit around for 8 hours only for us to only go out and ride a total of 9 laps together.
We'll make a 5-hour drive up 35, settle it on a day and drive home. We'll be good.
Me and Vince will come up, bring the grill, and we'll grill out on a practice day, see who's got it, and see who gets to smile on the way home.
I love it.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, hey, Crusher, we do appreciate it, man. Let's do another call whenever you think the time's fitting.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally, boys. All right, you guys take care, and we'll keep the folks updated on LapKing.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yep, late.
See ya.
All right. Thanks, JC. Thanks, Vince. Check them out. Go to lapkingmoto.com. And thanks to, I didn't do this at the beginning of the show, thanks to our Patreon subscribers. If you're interested in becoming a patron to the Over the Bars podcast, go to patreon.com/overthebars. Thanks to our sponsors, Donnell's Motorcycles, located in Independence, Missouri. Bike Works LLC, owned and operated by pro rider Nick Peterson in North Kansas City, Missouri. Darttown Arena in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's Corey Hipp's operation down there. That's paying his bills for him to go race arena cross on the road to Supercross. And also, thank you to Bar to Bar MX in Wichita, Kansas. Round number 2, I believe, maybe number 3. I'm totally going to fuck that up and get it wrong, of the Kansas Motocross Championship Series. Go to bar2barmx.com to find out all their race dates and practice dates so you can take your LapKing app and go out and race your buds. And again, thanks for listening. Give us a share, give us a like. You can order Over the Bars podcast t-shirts at ripandruts.com. That's my sticker business. Also, if you're interested in a full custom sticker kit, go to ripandruts.com. Check out the store, see what I've done before. Full custom artwork, guaranteed to have a lower price than anywhere else. And if somebody else is underselling my full custom artwork kit price, then it is not quality graphics. I'm just going to say that right now. So thanks a bunch. In recap, LapKing Moto. Check it out on the iOS App Store. And stay tuned for more awesome updates and information from LapKing.